Hello, little marshmallows. So we've entered, don't know why I said that. We've entered a new transit today, the gate 49, which is the gate of principles and values. So it's about embodying, connecting and embodying with our values and principles to become more aligned with our true selves and gaining clarity on what we are doing. And what we are being. So yeah, building our identity strongly and free ourselves from the people-pleasing patterns and the conditioning of the society and those collectives that are not a real healthy expression of the human experience. So it's also really offers us a foundation to refer to when we are a bit lost, sidetracked. To really take actions on, you feel a bit of a scattered mind, overwhelmed, stressed out, anxious. You go back to your list of values and principles and you're like, all right, I don't know if self-care, body health, mental health are in there. What action could you take on nourishing those values? If it's family, what action can you do to nourish your family? Basically, it also takes place in the collective. There are all the social agreements, values and principles that we share and function around. And it's important, I think, to be more clear on those, because sometimes we assume that we are sharing the same principles, but it's not always the case, and there can friction occurs. So let's take the example of the Burning Man in America, this festival, or the one I go to, the Blazing Swan in Australia. We have those principles that everybody needs to know and agree to before attending the venues, so such as consent, radical self-expression, inclusion, giving unconditionally, not expecting anything in return, leaving no trace, what else? Being present. So during those days, it will be interesting for you to experiment and connect with your values and principles. If you have not done that already, maybe lists some of those, all of those, and select the main ones you really cherish the most, and really connect and learn how to build a healthy relationship with them. So some people, you have your values, you cherish them, you nurture them, and so in the next few days, keep doing so. Really feel the frequency of those values and see how you can be even more grateful for them being in your life and supporting you and being the healthy expression of your identity on the beautiful path of alignment, right? For some other people that might be at the stage of, that more furious relationship with our principle and values, more with the warrior and fighter energy, which is not a bad energy, it's completely okay and interesting to go through. I think it's where I started my relationship with my values and principles, when I've defined them more clearly. I was in a state that I was identifying how much I was entangled in people-pleasing patterns, but also subject to the values, following the values and principles that were not mine. So of course I was furious. And if you as well experience that anger or that frustration or bitterness or disappointment with all what is going on and all your realizations, and it's interesting to really use that energy to define your principles and values and transform them into what I call the non-negotiables. They become your non-negotiables, and that's maybe your time to represent yourself to yourself, like reintroduce yourself to yourself and represent yourself out to the world. But before you do too much into the tribe and the collective, really defining those values as non-negotiables give you more strength and power, but then you can start the work of flexibility. So I think it's really important to gain into flexibility in that kind of rigidity, to understand that not everybody has the same values and principles as you, or maybe they put it somewhere else. You know, they put family first, some people put work first. Everybody has its own path, right? But understand that, so not everybody shares the same values, or maybe they do, but they don't express them the same way. That is a really important thing to understand and allow. And so you become the one that respects your own values. Let me explain that. Consideration and respect are really some main values for me. And indeed, I was getting upset when someone was not considering or not respecting me, or even someone else, even if I was not involved in the situation, that feeling, right? And then I've realized that by letting people disrespect me or disrespect someone else, I was the one that was not respectful. Because I had the choice to say something, to act, and it could be taking myself out, and then I would have respect myself and consider myself and my needs. That can be particular or exigent for some, you know. Yeah, it's by giving you the respect of honoring the value you hold that you then enter in alignment with it, right? And then kind of the third stage will be so holding those values that you're now more peacefully inclined to express your values to others and reintroduce yourself. And that might create some frictions. Some people might not understand you or said that you've changed, and that's okay. In that case, you start to express your value and principles in such a normal way, like for you, the energy you hold, it's so obvious that you will respect yourself, honor your family, or put your work first, that you just inform people. You don't ask for permission, you're just letting them know that you are following your own response, your own values, your own, you know, you are being aligned and honest with yourself and respectful to yourself. This is really interesting to build that relationship because it's freeing, it's empowering, and as I said, it's also bonding with yourself, but bonding with the collective and others. So in the next few days, if you feel inspired to do that, collect your values. If you want, you know, to have more inspiration, you can do a bit of research and find those values. I like as well to refer to the permaculture principles that I think are so beautiful and efficient in the world of the garden and nature, but also in the world of human and communities. To name few of them, it's to find small and slow solutions, living on the edge, be marginal, reuse, reduce, don't create waste, catch and store energy. 12, create a yield. It's all about inclusion and diversity instead of segregation. So there are different areas actually where those principles and values are expressed and applied. Yeah, don't hesitate to connect with them and observe, experiment where is your relationship with them, and also where you can actually improve and make them become a part of your identity and something to refer to when you feel a bit lost, and use them as a foundation I love that transit of the gate 49. If you resonate with it, with anything here, don't hesitate to share. Share your values in the comments by naming them and telling, by sharing, you would reinforce them, even for yourself. And share also where you're struggling in the embodiment of your values and principles. Or any questions of reflections are welcome down there. Also, if you want to have a bit more inspirations about the future transits, don't hesitate to push the like button and subscribe to the channel, because every 5 days we speak about a different theme and how we can better connect with those archetypes and align with ourselves a bit better every day. It's a journey, and I'm so happy to share it with you, and I'll sure talk to you soon. Bye for now.